This is the Hitscan Hyperlight, and it surprised me. I didn't expect to like this gaming mouse so much, and looking on Reddit, it seems like it surprised many people too. This is their first ever gaming mouse, and I think they basically hit it right on the head. And I think it's so popular as well because it gives us what many people have been asking for a long time. A Razer Viper Mini wireless that isn't stupid and doesn't suck. And that's where we shall start, which is the shape. I think the closest thing that this mouse reminds me of is the Razer Viper Mini. It even looks kind of similar in my opinion. You've got low click height with gentle grooves in the clicks. You got sides that curve in as well, just like the Viper Mini. Only difference is that the hump on the Hitscan Hyperlight is more like the Viper V3 Pro, in that it is more centered rather than rearwards leaning. Like, it's not a major difference, and I think if you like the Viper Mini shape, you're really going to enjoy the Hitscan Hyperlight. But it is also a compact claw grip shape, so it also makes for a great alternative to the now slightly old Lamzu Atlantis Mini, in my opinion. I really enjoy the shape for my 19.5cm long hands with an aggressive claw grip. It doesn't really give a lot of support since it's really small, and the hump doesn't fill out my whole palm, really only just the front half here, but I generally find it to be an enjoyable, comfortable experience. This is a sub 40 gram gaming mouse combined with its really claw grip friendly tiny shape. I really feel like I can manhandle this gaming mouse and get a very steady, firm, tight grip on this and flick it and move it however I want. All in all, I just absolutely love the shape. For fingertip gripping as well, I think this is a pretty solid mouse. Now, it might not be the best shape for everyone to fingertip grip because the hump is a little taller and is in the center, so it might get in the way for some, but in general, because it's a small shape and the clicks are good, it feels great for fingertip gripping. Palm gripping is not really what I recommend for this mouse, but you could do it, especially if your hand size is like under 18 or 19 centimeters long. As for size recommendations for claw, I think hand size is about 16 to 20 centimeters will be a good fit. And for those who are just trying to fingertip grip, if your hands are bigger than 17 cm, you should be able to fingertip this no problem. As for the other things with this mouse, it's sub 40 grams as I've mentioned, but it still retains pretty solid build quality with no visible holes in the top shell. There are holes on the bottom though, be aware. And the weight is quite balanced with the battery all the way in the back, meaning it's very centered in terms of its weight, so it feels nice and light to pick up. I do have to note this top shell coating is pretty okay as well, though it's not quite as grippy as something like the Razer Viper V3 Pro yet. It is grippy enough, especially with how small this mouse is, that I don't really feel like I need grip tape with it. As for the clicks, I absolutely love them. They use Omron optical switches, so they feel very clunky, a little snappy, kind of chunky, with a slight metallic pinging noise, similar to like the Logitech 2 Superlights and the Logitech Superlight 2 DeX. And they have no pre-travel with basically no host travel as well, and all in all, just a very nice click experience that is consistent throughout. The scroll wheel is using a TTC Gold encoder. I think it's fine. I personally think TTC Gold isn't the best one on the market anymore. It is very good, it is very notchy, very snappy, it's good, but it could be crisper, it could be sharper. That's what I generally prefer. The thumb buttons are pretty solid. I personally don't think they're amazing. They have quite a bit of post-travel and a little bit of a wobbliness if you press down on them after you actuate them, but nothing that bad, and there's no pre-travel. They feel perfectly fine. As for the internal specs, you've got a 3395 sensor, a Nordic MCU, and 8000 Hz polling rate straight out the box. It doesn't have the latest and greatest sensor, yes, but nobody cares, and the performance is more than adequate. As for battery life, it is pretty solid. I run this at 2000 Hz polling rate because if I go above that, it gets all weird and frame droppy in Marvel Rivals. And on 2000 Hz polling rate, this thing can last me for 2.5 weeks before I actually need a charge, which is great. If you run this at 8K or 4K though, you definitely need to charge it way more often. Also, the stock mice feet are great. They feel pretty fast, pretty slippery, but I swapped them out for PTFE dot skates from Pulsar because I wanted to see how much lighter I can get this gaming mouse to be and how it would feel if that was the case. And I have to say, I do like dot skates on there. All in all then, I have to say I really love the Hitscan Hyperlight. It's become my daily driver, and frankly, it's taken me by surprise that it has. I really enjoy using this. The great small compact shape with its extremely lightweight just makes this feel very satisfying to use because it just feels very intuitive, and it's just a solid performer all around, one that I can strongly recommend. I think if you like the Viper mini shape or the Viper shapes and you think the normal Vipers are too big, or you just like more generic claw grip shapes, this is one of the best compact iterations of that style of generic claw grip shape. I really enjoyed for that. I think if you like kind of the generic claw grip shapes of the Viper and the G Pro Superlights, but you want something that's compact, this is one of the best iterations of that I've tried to this date. I also think this might be a great alternative to those that are looking at something like the Lamzu Atlantis Mini, which is a whole 12 grams heavier than this. And before you ask, yes, you can feel the difference, and it's a notable improvement, in my opinion, to go this light, especially when you have a gaming mouse this small. All in all, thumbs up to Hitscan for making their first ever gaming mouse such a solid product. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. Goodbye.